Hey everybody, today I'm going to be showing you how to take this and turn it into this to make stuff like this. We're going to be doing some plarning. So, we'll start off with your basics. You're going to want scissors. I'm doing the super basic setup. I'm going to be linking other people who show how to make plastic yarn. Some of them do a lot better jobs than me and have better equipment for it. Like there was this girl that I saw who had something that almost looked like a little pizza cutter that you could just go through and cut the bag as you needed that way. But I'm going to show you just basic with only scissors steps on how to make it. So, quick tip. Might seem silly, but you're going to want your scissors to be razor sharp because plastic could be a real pain in the ass to cut through without sharp scissors. So you could either use a kitchen sharpener for like your knives, but if you don't have access to that or don't feel like using that, you could use just a simple nail file and go to the edges of your scissors and just a quick and then the other side. And that will make sure that your scissors go right through the plastic like a hot knife through butter. So, you got your bag, and you want to make it as even as possible. To get these handles off. Again, it's not gonna be perfect. So one way you could do this is snip the handles off, and then you're gonna open up this side or just take it off like that, and then go through individually cutting the strips just through that way. But I'm gonna show you a little tip that will expedite the process and make it a lot faster. You just do that as tight as you can, and this is where having the scissors be razor sharp comes in super handy, because you can just do this. And now that's the handles off. So now I'm gonna go. Some people like to just, like I said, go through, take the back or the bottom off. Me, what I like to do is go into the middle and make a little cut, and then go in to the side, go on to that, do the other side. There we go. See, now you do that and you get a lot more yarn or Plarn out of it than you would if you just cut that segment off. So now you retighten it. You might even want to twist it a little bit here and there. You do you. Now, I'm going to have to resharpen these. But when you do it right, especially with the scissors sharpened, in just one clean cut, I messed up with this one. Again, it's not always going to be perfect. And I need to get back into doing this. I actually haven't done this in a good while. So, real quick, I'm going to sharpen it in. Again, I can't stress that enough. You don't want to do this with dull scissors or any cutting tools that are dull or are not super fucking sharp. So, try this again. Get that little off. Alright. Now, you're going to want to try and do this as thin as possible, but like when you're just starting out, you might want to make your strips a little bit thicker, because unlike normal yarn or textiles, you have to be super gentle with a lot of Plarn, because the plastic can easily break. See, now here's a good example of what I was saying with it being all bound up like this. Just one little snip, you get a whole strip or whole strand. Save that, and I'll show you what you do with those in a second here. I'm not going to do the entirety of this thing, just show you some basics. Alright, so one more of these, and then I'll show you another way that people generally do it. That takes a little bit longer, and personally for me, it's a little bit more difficult to get your strands even and exactly how you want them. But again, you do what works best for you. I'm definitely not going to claim any one way to be the perfect exact way. Looks like I missed a bit. There we go. So yeah, the other way is you have it all elongated out, and then almost like paper, you cut it. And again, regardless of how you're doing this, you want your scissors sharp. Because if these weren't sharp, I'd have to be like holding it and stretching it out as much as I could to make sure that it can really cut in, which isn't fun at all. It can be quite tedious. Personally, like I said, I don't like doing it this way, because in general, even with sharp scissors, it's very tedious compared to just having it all bundled up and being able to just relatively snip, 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 snip. So now I have a couple of strips. And what you do is you have one loop, or yeah, one of the sides, and then you just take the other side, put it through that loop, take this end, and pull it through. Ta-da! You got your on your way to making a nice good skein of Plarn. And this is probably one of the most affordable ways to get into crocheting, because Again, you know, you go to a store, you're already going to be getting bags anyway. Even if you're like just getting a small item, like me, whenever I go to like the self-service kiosks, as I'm just getting a small thing, I'll pay 10 cents just to get a bag now, just for the Plarn. So now, another little tip, because every now and again you'll get strips that come off at one end. You can salvage these by just quickly taking that end and twisting it a little bit, making a little knot, and tying it off. Now, you can still use even what you messed up with making in your scheme. So there you go. That is how you start your glorious journey in making Plarn. And this is going to be a great way for just getting some experience in crocheting under your belt for cheap. Again, there's a little bit of a learning curve with it compared to yarn. It's not exactly the best for all stitches, but one of the huge advantages that I see to it is if you can make good stuff with plastic yarn, just recycled from bags, then you could pretty much use just about anything that you come in contact with. It'll make you a better crocheter, in my opinion. But that's just me. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoy. Happy New Year and peace.